gorgeous afternoon in Thailand, but
Well, so let me see. Today we crossed 1,500 subscribers, so that's great. So thank you everyone for that. I do appreciate the support. One of my subscribers was from the electronic shop here in the village. It took me a year to figure out that there was one. He's right next to this little coffee shop I go to sometimes. Although I don't buy coffee there because they don't open till 9, and by 9 I'm usually doing stuff, and I've usually had my coffee for the day. Oh, and there's fawn in the background. There, she's behind the gate. Can't quite see her that well. Sorry. Anyways, but I buy my snacks there. I like a little tiny a kanombang, which is a bread, and like a donut, or they have these little some kind of cookie here. They're super good. I just have one once in a while. That's the lady with her cows. She's bringing them home for the night now. It's getting late. It's getting late. It's actually it's dusk now, but the light's pretty good on the camera. Anyways, and then that's also where I get my motorcycle fixed, like little tiny repairs. Although last time I got my motorcycle fixed there, they drained all the oil out. Then they had an acceptable oil, but not really a summer weight oil, and this is Thailand, right? And then they didn't have a filter. So I got sort of an oil change. I mean, once they've started, you got to pay for it. So whatever. I need to go to the dealership and get a real oil change at some point. But they're nice guys. Their heart's in the right place. God bless them. And then there's that, and then there's this electronics shop. I'm like, oh, well, awesome. So, and I bought fuses there. Some of the little plug-in things you plug all your stuff into, a power strip. They have fuses in them here. I don't know if it's a regulation or not, but I haven't seen that too much back home. But anyway, so I bought fuses there before, and what's weird, God, I hope those aren't holes in the, wow, that roof is really thin. I can see through the metal roof. Whoa, that's not cool. I'm here at the blue house, and you can see the camera won't quite pick it up, but there's like holes. To do something about that. Anyways, yeah, so then I went to the electronics shop. He kind of laughed at my rig, which I'm just using an iPhone and the little 3.5mm jack. All his stuff has this big jack. It's the size of my pinky. It's like a professional musician's amp kind of plug or something. I don't know what that is. I've seen them before, but I have no idea what they are. Obviously, that's not going to fit in an iPhone. It's bigger than the damn phone. He's nice, and he said there's a place called Banana something. I think he said Banana IT. Their logo is a great big banana. It's in English. It's amazing how many signs on logos and things are actually like English will be the big thing. The logo is English, and then just the Thai is the smaller part. And, I mean, we're in Thailand. It's surprising. It isn't the other way around. Anyway, so maybe I'll do that, but I'll probably just find it on Shopee or Lazada or something. Also went looking for a kicking bag. I want to get a lighter kicking bag, easy, just going through the motions, just easy stuff. I use a tree right now. Oh, well, you can see it in the background. That big tree right there. I use that. I don't kick it hard or anything. I just use it to position my foot on and do some locking my core. Demark, and doing that kind of thing. So it just helps me move a little bit and twist my hips a little bit and get some good range of motion. I'm not doing any real kicking right now. I'm not interested. And then so I guess the other thing. Maybe I'm trying to walk a little bit. The other thing is that Fawn asked the other day for. Kind of this started with, what did I do back home and all that. And when I told somebody it was construction, the guy was one of my doctors. He was pretty visibly dejected, and he was really puzzled. You could see the look on his face. I told him I had 3 heads or something. The issue was that construction here is considered a low job, and he didn't think of me that way, and I was dressed nicely and all that, and so. Saving face, and we're back to all that again. And then so Fawn asked about if I had she has her certificates and her degree and stuff, and she sometimes will have that up on the wall at her office or things like that, and I threw all that stuff out. I don't know if that's weird or not. I'm curious what other people that went to Thailand did, but what am I supposed to do with that stuff? I mean, put it in a box and carry it around and go, oh, look, hey, it's me. I used to be somebody. Nobody's going to care. I mean, like one of my business mentors, my main business mentor would say, he'd say, Rob, nobody's going to care. And he's right. We used to do these presentations for like Home Depots and stuff. We're running around opening up our product line in various Home Depots at one point in the late 90s, very early 2000s. And he had a partner that was a sales guy, great big 300-pound retired pro football player, but he was a warm and fuzzy guy. And that guy's name was Bob, and Bob always wanted to put like warm and fuzzy stuff in the presentation. And Dick, my main mentor and kind of the bigger boss of the two, would just say, Bob, and he'd say, Rob, you go, look, nobody's going to care. You can leave, if it makes you feel better, that's great, but it'd be more efficient in the presentation, leave this out, add a few more notes about the product or availability or the new special order program that's coming or something. He goes, like, it's nice, he goes, but just nobody is going to care. And he was right. He was right, nobody cares. So, I mean, that always is in the back of my head when I'm doing things like that, or thinking things like that. Because I'm a little bit of a warm and fuzzy guy. I think I am. Anyways, so, yeah, I mean, my black belt certificates, my degree, and I got some, various awards and things, a couple patents. My first couple patents, I ended up with 20. By the last 10, I didn't frame anything, but the first 6 or 8, I had them framed and, mounted on the wall, and the wall of ego. That's what we used to call it. Your wall of ego. And when you're in your office, people will come. You sit behind your desk, and you get the wall of ego behind you, and then somebody comes in to visit you, negotiate something. It kind of sets the tone a little bit. Hey, I've been around the block a couple times. I'm not going to be a pushover on this. And all that kind of thing. And it does massage your ego, I guess. So, but anyways, I was clearing out the last house. We had my ex-wife and I had 2 houses. She took one in the divorce, and then the other one, we cleaned out. And then when it was my turn to clean everything out, I'm like, what am I going to do with this crap? And I really don't miss it. I'm not like saying, oh, gee, this is awful, what a tragedy. I'm just, I don't really miss it. Like, I mean, probably for showing fun, it would have been smart to take like a nice clear snapshot with my iPhone and put it in a little file, awards and degrees and things or something like that. And you have, there was a nice thing that was made by my main U.S. distributor of my last company, which was an aluminum business. They made this thing about all the radio station mentions we got and like how old-fashioned I am. I mean, now nobody cares about that either. But, it was all this kind of old-fashioned, 1970s style marketing campaign we put together. And, and it's a really beautiful document they put together, and they framed it and they mailed it to me. And it was very thoughtful. I mean, in life, you don't really get too many thoughtful people, but ultimately, it got water stained. There was a leak. It was mounted on the wall under a window in my warehouse, and then there's a leak, and it got water stained, and I just tossed it. And the only thing I couldn't bring myself to toss was I had some really pretty pictures of my daughter from her high school graduation photos, I think it was, yeah. And I'm not sure where those are now, but they're really beautiful pictures. She's a very pretty young lady, and really nice to lead on pictures and whatever. But that's the only thing I think I know I didn't toss that. I know that, but everything else I got rid of. But what do you do with that crap, But part of the cleaning up process, I think, it's kind of like when those guys that I sailed with, and I will sail again, oh man, this year, because this is July, and so 2 more months I'm sailing again. Oh shit, I kind of forgot. That's awesome. I'll be sailing, yeah. So I'll probably catch the one guy again, and he's got a brother that's really cool. And they took a real interest in my phase when I sold my things I collect. I collected various expensive, stupid things, and I sold all that off starting about 7-8 years ago, and maybe by 6 years ago that process was completed. I went through one collection, then the next thing, and then another thing, and then another thing, and then whatever, and I just kept selling stuff. I remember my ex-wife, my wife at the time, asking if I had cancer or something. I was setting her up to be okay in my absence or something. I didn't know that it sounded so appealing to her at the time. I'm kidding, but it's all good. I don't care. But no, it all was good to get rid of that, and this is sort of the same thing. So, but it's kind of weird though, because it's like there's this whole life before that I lived, and I had, oh, 3 or 4 kind of significant companies, and that's all gone, you know. And I talked to a couple people from a couple of the companies, but mostly like that one about the people we leave behind. My friend Carl's drywall crew story. That's life. I mean, it's just once you're not on the drywall crew for even a couple of weeks, you come back. They know you, but they don't really know you the same. It's not the daily thing anymore. I was really thankful he told me that story, because this ties in with that, and it all puts it in perspective. And then with my mentor Dick, you know, it's just nobody's going to care. You just move on. Nobody's going to care, and that's just so true. So yeah, it's kind of weird though, because I'm here and I got like nothing. But it's so freeing though. That's the kick. That's my point. It's so freeing. I don't want to own like anything hardly anymore. Anything big. I told my son I'll put it I'll put it in his name. Like if I need to buy a motorcycle or a car in the States down the road, I'll put it in his name. That way, if anything happens to me, he's already got it. He can liquidate it or do whatever he wants with it. He doesn't drive. He may never drive, and that's okay with me. But he'd care about the 20 or 30 grand the thing cost. So you know, stuff like that. That would be a not immaterial amount of money to him. But it's nice. He's 26, planning on his retirement. He's saving for his retirement already. He had a friend, and because the kid that was much more on the autistic spectrum than my son, and he inherited quite a bit of money when his father, one of my best friends, ever passed away, and he managed it very poorly. And so Daniel really watched and learned that lesson in real time. Daniel learned that lesson quickly. He did not have to think about it. He learned that lesson like as it was happening, which was awesome. So, because that kid had he had an opportunity to, he could have, you know, Daniel and I said it all the time. He could have got a job at McDonald's or something, worked, saved that pile of money, put it in some basic investments, you know, some equity funds or, you know, whatever, you know, stock market, whatever, and set that aside. And he could have been like the only person I know that works at like a fast food job or an entry-level job his whole life and like retire successfully. He could have easily done that. And Daniel's going to do that. That's Daniel's plan. He's working at the lumber yard. He's happy there. Probably be a stable thing for him. And he's got a nice chunk saved for his retirement. And I'll help him down the road. Eventually, I'm not going to live forever, and I'm not going to burn every penny that I have. So there'll be something for him, and he should be in good shape. You know, so he's a smart kid. He's doing well. All right, well, anyway, so that's that. Now the dusk is fully upon us. I can see a planet in the sky. It's a beautiful sky again. Absolutely. Sun sets on another awesome day, retired in Thailand. And a little security light Fawn had me put up. It's cute. Just nail it to a tree. It's solar powered. Anyway, so thank you, everybody. Great comments today. Again, over 1,500 subscribers. One of them was the guy from the electronics shop. I told him it was YouTube, and he immediately wanted to see the channel, so it was cute. And I saw a little, you know, one extra subscriber like 10 minutes later, so it was cute. Yeah, so thanks. It's all going good. I'm going to load this up. I've got 4 videos to load up and get this content out. Thank you. Good morning. I just picked up my Kai guitar for $1, whatever. My name is Rob, and thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. I meant every word I just said with respect.